மாடுக கூட போல மாடுக போய் அங்க இருக்கு.
Dear participants, kindly mute yourself. Request fellow participant, kindly mute yourself and switch off your video also. Dear participant, kindly mute yourself and switch off your video.
To run the business every time because
Royal sir, can we start?
Yeah, with your pleasure.
Thank you. Okay, thanks a lot. It gives me immense pleasure to interact with you in the day 2. I feel happy. Our convener of this FDP program is with us today. Yesterday he is unable to join. Even though today Dr. Royal Edward Williams, IPR cell coordinator, today was his one of the toughest day. I came to know from Mani. He successfully completed one virus examination. It resembles like he's one of student, like the program was ended today. In the other hand, in the afternoon, Sir was engaged with our college secretary, who's we used to celebrate a community day. In the evening, Sir was fortunate to join with us as a convener of this program. Sir will formally inaugurate today's session. Over to Dr. Royal Edward Williams. Please, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Yes, the young and dynamic scientist of the college. So once again, I welcome you all to this virtual platform. Very good evening to one and all present here in this. So on behalf of the IPR cell and the Institutional Innovation Council of Sacred College, it's my privilege to welcome you all for this 5-day online faculty development program on intellectual property rights, innovations, and entrepreneurships. This FDP aligns with our missions to empower faculty with the knowledge and tools to inspire innovation and safeguard intellectual properties and drive entrepreneurial venture. We are honored to have an esteemed and dynamic resource person and the participant from across the discipline joining us for this enriching journey from 16th December to 20th December of 2024. Over the next 4 days, we are aimed to develop deep into the realm of intellectual property right, the power of innovations, and the potential of entrepreneurships, making this platform a transformative learning experience for all. I extend my heartfelt thanks to all the eminent and dynamic participants who are there in this virtual platform for their enthusiasm and support. Let us embark on this virtual session with curiosity, collaborative, and commitment. Thank you, dear participant, for joining to enrich your wisdom level. And it's I take this privilege to introduce our esteemed chief guest and the dynamic young fellow, or we can also call as a good academician, right? None other than Mr. M. Vivek Kumar. He is a visionary in academic and entrepreneurship. Mr. Vivek Kumar is an innovation head at Sri Ishwar College of Engineering with an more than 12 years of his expertise in fostering innovations and mentoring startup. He is an official master trainer for EDII Tamil Nadu, a recipient of numerous awards from the Ministry of Education, DST, and from Tamil Nadu government. And he is a recognized mentor in at the national and international innovation challenges. With a rich portfolio of achievement, including the capable of holding many funded projects, and he has shared his intellectual work through exploring and in reaching out with numerous publications, research article, and impactful training sessions. And Mr. M. Vinod Kumar has been pivotal in bridging academia, industry, and government for technological progress and enrichment. We are privileged to have him here today to inspire with his knowledge and his expertise to explore in this virtual platform. Over to Mr. M. Vivek sir, Vivek Kumar sir. We are eagerly waiting for your talk, where we can also enrich to become as young as you, and to become a dynamism in our platform. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Is my voice is audible, sir?
Yeah, it's audible. It's audible.
Thank you so much, the team who has been organizing this faculty development program. Thanks for the opportunity. I know that time is 6:40 right now. Everyone will be busy in your home working on the other works also. But still, listening to the concepts which has been delivered right now will help you a lot in your near future, because innovation will be playing a very, very vital role in the upcoming days, and more startups will be funded. Even though right now the funding has been reduced right now, in the upcoming year, more startups will be coming and will be improving the GDP of the entire Indian economy. So I'll turn off my video to avoid the more data consumption. Now let me share my screen. So is my screen visible to you?
Yes, sir, it is visible. It is visible. Yes, Vivek, sir, it is clearly visible.
Okay, sir. Fine, sir. Thank you. So, very good evening to all. So myself, M. Vivek Kumar. I'm a master trainer of ADIITN, and right now I'm working as an assistant professor and innovation head in the Department of EC from Sri Ishwar College of Engineering. So since people have given me a good introduction about myself, let me take you people directly to the session. So here we are going to see about how to validate an idea and how a pitch deck has to be done for a startup. I saw the schedule where the previous day was more into about the design thinking process. So I'm assuming that you people know what is design thinking, what are the various stages of design thinking, and how the design thinking works and creates an impact on the product development in real time. Now let's see the agenda. So always I'm inspired to stories which always help me to boost every time. So we'll start with a story, followed by that a single tool which helps you to validate your idea, and how a pitch deck has to be done, and few points to be remembered when you develop a pitch deck. Followed by that, we'll be having a Q&A session. I hope I'll try to complete it within 50 to 55 minutes. I'll try my level best to complete it as soon as possible. So we'll start with the story. So we'll, I don't know how many of you have been had an habit of playing games in your phones, and most of the your children might be playing this game called Angry Bird. but no one knows how it has been started before it has been downloaded 2 billion times. Initially, 3 guys started a company and they developed 51 games. So before Angry Bird Spin started, they made 51 games, and all those games as a failure and almost got broke because they ran out of money and they were into a stage of bankrupting. And one fine day, these fellows wanted to do something and they wanted to give one last try, so that either it is going to be a do or it can be a die. And what they did is they started to sketch ideas instead of building the application or the game. And one final day, this game called Angry Bird has been sketched. So this is how the idea has been formed. If you ask me, what is a real success? I will not say that the game was a real success. The real success is the Angry Bird concept as came as a tune and it has been published on the TV, on the televisions, right? And if you ask me if this is going to be a real success, no. It has been developed as a movie and it generated crores of money in the market. And with the great success, they ended up with the Angry Bird 2 movie. So this is how we have to be. If they thought of, okay, fine, it is going to be a failure, why should I want to do it? Let's drop it and move. How they might have gone to this stage. So as a faculty members, it is always better to learn from the failures and make students to never give up at their failure stage. And this 5 days of FTP or this session may not bring you a bright light behind your heads, but it is a small spark where you can make that small spark into a forest fire, because we faculty members are being gifted where we can mold a student to grow to the next level. So this is a short story, and all these things which you are going to take it from this FDP will make you people to jump to success from your failures. Now we'll go directly to the concept. The first is about the idea validation. People will always say that, sir, I got an idea. Your student may come to you and say that, sir, madam, I got a good idea. Beautiful idea. But they literally don't know whether the idea which they bought is valid or not. So through design thinking process, I assume that they have been taught you about how a problem statement has to be approached and what kind of impact it is creating into the market. So based on that, there are different ideation tools like brainstorming, Scamper, Twist. So there are a lot of ideations tool to generate ideas. To know that whether the idea is really worthy or not, we have to go in with the idea validation tool. We call it as a fishbone method. So this is a very normal methodology and widely used methodology where they can validate idea within a very short duration of time. So what we will be doing is we just add all the features at the top and add all the ideas or the features which get failed in certain circumstances. So whatever feature you are adding, you just make sure that at what time or what case the feature may get failed. So let's get with an example. Imagine we have a solar panel based automatic streetlights. I hope most of the people might have seen this solar panel based automatic streetlights, which has been available in most of the streets, even in some kind of colleges also, right? So the main problem, right, in the street light, we will put this fishbone diagram and add the benefits at the top, and let's see, can anyone say what is the benefit it has? You can drop it in the chat or you can turn on your mic and speak. Anyone? What is the major advantage of people moving towards automatic streetlights?
Reduce the manpower.
Yeah, exactly. Super, sir. Any other thing? Any other features?
One-time investment.
So we can reduce the electricity bills.
Exactly, sir. One-time investment. Superb, superb.
Yeah,
Have you
investment.
ever wondered? Sorry, someone said. I missed it. That's great. That's great. Sindhubaria ma'am, and great, great, great. Great response. Have you people wondered why the battery is being kept at the top, not at the bottom? Since it is going to operate in battery, why the battery panel and the entire setup is being placed at the bottom, not is being placed at the bottom, and it is being placed at the top? Any idea? The answer might be very crazy. Great, Jayalakshmi ma'am. Any idea why it is being put at the top?
Observe the sunlight, sir.
For solar panel, it's fine, ma'am. What about the battery? Why the someone said, yeah, it can be easily stolen. So that is the problem which is being created. So people can easily steal the battery and they can sell it for in second hand. So that is the problem which we are going to face, or that is a situation where it is going to get failed. So this is how this fishbone diagram helps you to validate it. We can use some basic common sense and see this feature is going to fail at this scenario. Even though we use LED lights, we use a solar panel and it's been stored in the battery, it is not going to use any electricity. We use a regenerative, renewable energy, but still it is going to create a problem where someone is storing it and the entire product is going to get failed. So with the help of this methodology, obviously you can ask questions to your students and see how this project or an idea make it fail. So this is a basic tool which we can use it for validating your idea. Now let's get into the startup pitch deck. I know that I'm just jumping 20 steps ahead in a single jump, but still this is very, very important when the students take your idea to the hackathons or any kind of an investors, whether they're going to start a startup and looking for some kind of a fundings from angel investors or venture capitalists. There are some basic things which has to be taken under consideration to create a pitch deck. So pitch deck is nothing but the PPT which they are going to present in front of the evaluators or the investors. So these are the basic things which you have to have it as a checklist. So first thing is make sure your idea is actually fundable. I'm sure that there are 98 participants here. I'm very happy that there are 98 participants here. I can randomly choose one person and ask the other person to lend some kind of a money. No one will lend money for the person who I'm not aware of it, right? I don't have any kind of a contact with him. Same thing happens to the venture capitalist. So before getting into the pitch deck, make sure your model is more efficient. There is a large market in the business. There is no any kind of a legal problems like someone is having a patent. I'm just replicating that. And you should have some kind of a proper tabulation which reflects your business model. And you have your copyrights or intellectual property with you so that they can trust and put their money. So these are the basic things which you have to build before starting your pitch deck. Now, followed by that, now is right time to choose what type of software you're going to use. Either you can use PowerPoint, Google Slides, or Apple's software, or you can use, right now people are using Canva, which is very, very easy, where they can fit the data into the template. So there are a lot of available tools to work on the pitch deck. If you're okay with that, try to replicate certain templates, get some kind of an inspirations, and try to develop your presentations by getting inspirations from the other person's pitch deck. So once you started to pitch, create your pitch deck, try to structurize your main deck side by side. So there are certain things which has to be put into the pitch deck, or something which should not be put inside it. So try to structurize and try to have a habit of writing in the paper and pen, like this has to be put at first, this has to be put at second, and there is some kind of sequence. Make sure you just fix to that sequence. And the first slide is the cover slide. So this cover slide is the first impression where when someone is, if you are going to present your ideology in front of someone who is going to invest money like 1 crore or 2 crore of rupees, that first slide is going to impress them. So it is always, you can start like this. So this is my company called Grubinar. I'm one of the advisor director here. So I'm choosing my company as a example here. So you can showcase this as a cover page, and if not, you can use some kind of illustrations or some very neat high quality pictures which is not copyrighted. You can use it as a cover picture. That is a cover slide. And never include any date in your cover slide, because the dates may change. So the investor may look into it and ask when was the last pitch, and you never mention when it was being started. So they easily judge that you are very the age of your startup is very low. So avoid using the dates in the cover page. And it's all about, you have to start with why you are still existing in the market as a startup. So you have to start with that. So these kinds of things are looking into a introductory slides of your company. And you have to jump into the problem state, because when you focus more on the problem, you create more impact and add value to the end user or the customer. So you can directly jump to the problem side. Make sure that you are very crisp and don't use more paragraphs as your problem statement, because they don't need they won't have any kind of a time to read all your stuffs in the PPT. So talk about your problem slide. Say for an example, which considers Ola as our Ola Cabs as a company, right? So the problem statement is there focusing is on people used to carry heavy luggage where they've been costed extra money. Sometimes I have to book my taxi a little bit earlier so that taxi comes first and I'll be moving on time. And sometimes people think that cars is only for the luxury people, not for all. And sometimes people coming late has been charged by the auto and rickshaws due to peak times or late night times. And I'll not be able to book taxi because so every time I have to go to a taxi stand and I have to book it. And they are monopolies. And sometimes I have a car and it's been standing in my shed without using it. Obviously, what happens is I may go take the cars very one or two times in a month. So it has been unused. So these are the problems which the Ola has been addressing. So this is how the problem statement should be addressed in your slides. Followed by that, then you can switch over to the solution slide. So say for an example, if it is going to be Ola, the main solution is they provide convenience. You can have a reliable transport through ratings and driver ratings, and people who has cars which has been unused will provide an additional income, and you will also be able to track where the car is. So this is the kind of a solution which they are providing to the customers. So next slide is about your product slide. So actually what you have done, just showcase them like what you have done. If it is going to be like mobile app, say for an example, I'm taking a Apricity is a company which helps you to provide some kind of reminders and stress relief and guide you people to reduce the stress. So this is how the product looks. So you can showcase your products, how it is really looks like. And the next slide is about the traction slide. So traction is nothing but how much your customers have been attracted towards your product. So say for an example, initially at the end of say for example, if you are been 2 years of age startup, right? Initially there will not be any kind of a customers in the first quarter or second quarter or third quarter. That's fine. It is not necessary that you have to put that it has been going like a rocket, right? So sometimes you may have and sometimes you may not. So starting from the starting stage, you could see that the company called Chili Pepper has linearly growing its customers. And sometimes it's good to have your traction like Coinbase. Initially in the year of 2023, from July to August, there was no traction. So after the August of 13th, the traction gets increased. So it is always better to be very transparent. So it helps the you people to have a showcase some kind of a better trust to the venture capitalists or angel investors. So next is about the business model slide. So how you are going to run the business and how you are going to make money. Say for an example, it shows, say for example, we have chosen the Chili Piper company where they have their revenue model like subscription model. So per month and that is like premium, super premium. So every subscription has a different prices and different features. So how your pricing will be, a detailed breakup has to be given here. Then you have to share about your market size. Say for an example, I may have a very big market. Say for example, if I'm going to take a diabetes patient, closely like 50 crore people will be having diabetes. Out of 50 crore, I'll be able to provide a service to up to 5 crores of people. And people will be retaining by using my product might be like 5 lakhs. So this is how the market slide should be, right? So market size is nothing but there are 3 different things called TAM, SAM and SOM, total addressable market, serviceable addressable market and serviceable obtainable market. So total addressable market will be very, very higher, but what we are going to obtain after our service will be very, very less, and we have to focus on that. The next is about the GTM, go to market strategy plan. So in this, we literally focuses on what you're going to offer, to whom you are going to offer, and how you are going to offer the service or the product. So this adds more value to the ventures or the startups, how fast they are moving towards the market. Say for an example, we have to give a better roadmap stating that once a product has been launched, the second step is about onboarding the early adopters who is going to give feedbacks. Then we fine tune it. Again, you innovate and rectify all the feedbacks which has been provided. Then you set into the market. So a proper roadmap has to be provided by the startup to achieve the GTM. So the next is about the competitor analysis. Every faculty members or any participants here will always have your competitors. Don't underestimate the competitors, because thinking as a faculty member, everyone has been working on the admission part. You should be aware about who are your competitors, how they work. Similarly, when you are working on a product and you are going to be a company, you should be aware about who are all your customers, what are the products they develop, and what are the alternative solutions for the problem which I have chosen. Say for an example, I have provided the example of how a competitor analysis has to be. So try to highlight how you are being very unique when compared to the all these people. Yeah. How you people have been unique and standing ahead when compared to all the people's compared to your product which has been developed. And the next slide is about our meet our team slide. So this is very, very important. You just take me as an example, right? So I cannot just come just like that and say that I'm just going to handle a session for closely like 108 people here. Something has to be done. So when someone is going to invest in your company, we have to make sure that how much strong team members are there, which helps me to develop my product and my company. So listing out a team should not be like this, right? Putting lot of peoples inside it, and sometimes their designation and the brand value which is having a higher brand value company will help you to make people to think that okay, such a strong person and knowledgeable person who is there in support of this company will help the product to reach the market very faster. But showing them like this may not be a good thing. You can list the best people, say for example, who is a CEO, founder, and a person who is very, very strong in leading the projects, who has been already led the projects in various high-end, high-profile companies or big shot MNCs. So this helps the ventures capitalists or angel investors to have a confidence on these startups and consider your startup. So the next slide is about the funding slide. So in this funding slide, you have to show for what you are raising this funding. So say for an example, you are raising funding of $1 million. So out of $1 million, what you are going to do it? So that thing has to be there, and never rise with some numbers like $4,052,000. No, never do that. Always round up the number. Say for example, if it is going to be 452,000 or $452 million, instead of that, you move to 460 or $450 million. That would be fine. So always round it off. Say for example, we are raising 20 million to own the global market and beyond, and rising funding will help the company to do what? And always try to provide information about the previous funding, which helps you to gain confidence that we have already been funded by these companies and we have successfully gained profit and they have been exited. So previous fundings can be provided, which helps you people to get the next series of funding. And as I said, how this can be break into what work and how much of money will be invested in each and every process. The last slide is about the back cover slide. So once everything is been done, you can stop like this. So in this case, you can see that a company, about myself, and about my information like my name, my phone number, and mail ID can be given there. So if you are providing that, if they want to invest on you on the later state, they can note down your details so that it will be very helpful for you to, but by luck, there might be chances where you can be called by the investor. And to design a pitch deck like a pro, these are some quick tips. Say for an example, we can put some kind of an information on the slides, like a paragraph, but no one will be ready to read it. So you have to design in such a way that people once see it, they will be able to understand. So that is the first point what I mentioned. Design is a non-verbal communication. All your colors, shapes, fonts, and how you dressed up matters a lot. And make sure you start with the right tone and show to the people that who you are. Obviously, colors, font size plays a very, very vital role. Yeah, sorry. A vital role, because every time when you do a pitch, right? Imagine I'm putting words like, let's consider this note and footer in 9. I cannot put this font in the center of the body of the content, because sometimes people will be straining their eyes and will be looking into it like, I'm not able to see it, what number you have made it. So try to have a clarity on what type of font you are going to use, what type of color you are going to use, because when you are working on the startups, right, when you present, every color matters and it indicates a different meaning. So it is always good to be like, use a very good colors, not multiple colors in a slide. You can go up to 2 colors and 2 different font styles. The title of the slide may be in a different font type, and the next body of the content can be in different font. So try to avoid more than 2, because our brain doesn't recognize certain different fonts also. And always use some kind of an action tiles in your slides. Say for an example, you might have a main title as problem, solution, team, funding. So as a main title, and action title can be like, for a problem, manufacturing a software is a big problem. There are a lot of challenges. So that action title can be provided there. If you are working on the solution, you can say that we build operating system for future factories, or we built operating system for robotic based machineries with high precision. So that action titles are very, very important. When you're talking about the team, say that a person who worked for more than 15 years in software as a service startups. When you're talking about the funding, you have to say that we raised $1 million or $2 million to get an average of return about 2 million within a year. So these action titles are very, very important. And say for an example, PPT is always meant for showing the content. Instead of reading a book, we put things on the PPT and we will read it. It's not about telling as a text message, right? We are not going to read the text which has been put in your PPT slides to the person who is sitting in front of you. You have to show it. Instead of telling your message, you just show what you have done and what your product does. So instead of, as I said, you can see a 2 different set of pitch text, which is shown here. Sorry if it has been very small in your mobile phone. You could see that a lot of content has been mentioned as a problem, right? Here it has been set as an image, starting like the difference of putting a text and an image or a vectors. Instead of saying, say for example, when you are talking about the plan or the solution, instead of typing like this, we just show them like what it will do. Instead of putting the statistics as a words, you can show them as a chart. So that helps them to have a clear understanding about what you're trying to say from your point of view. And there are some kind of a basic rules with designing. One of such rule is designed with rule of third. I don't know how many of you have a habit of tech, and I don't know how many of you use these grids. There is an option called grids where you can place your picture at the right points and the picture looks very, very beautiful. So when you're trying to put something very important, try to focus on these points. Suppose for an square shape, say for example 1000 cross 1000, if that is going to be the case, it will be like 4 points. If it is going to be like wide screen like what I am using, like 16:9, then there will be like 6 points. So try to focus on the right hand side or the left hand side where you think that this information is very, very important. Put the information right there. It can be of a chart, it can be of a pie chart, or it can be like a big number, or it can be some image or information you can put there so that it will be very, very easy for people to look at the information at the very first time when you open the slide. And this is a rule of third. You could see that when you are having some kind of a two people, you can put them in two corners, right? When you're talking about a person is thinking about an information, the information has been pointed at this point. So this is how it works. So always focus on these points, which helps you to make the end audience to focus on what you are trying to say. And it is always good to steal the inspirations, right? Sometimes we don't have some kind of a time to work on these templates or PPTs, right? So for that, you can look into online platforms where like there are websites like FreePic and Canva, and there are other platforms where they have good slide. You try to recreate it or use the template when it has been provided as a free of cost. And always when you use a graph as a researchers, right, we always take charts and graphs for our results, right? Make sure that it is very, very clean. Don't mess up with more number of lines and graph. Say for an example, I can show this graph in this way also, right? So this seems to be a little bit good, right? Imagine I'm converting this like this. So that's a basic difference between this and this, where my primary focuses will be going towards the lines which has been running at the back hand side and the numbers, right? In this case, there are time where I'm get distracted, right? I'm not feel like, oh, fine, this seems to be a little bit good. No, sometimes I may get distracted. Instead of this, you can clearly say that for what this graph is meant for and what it is talking about. And in this graph is talking about the global market size in $1 million, especially for what? Manufacturing execution system. In 2020, they have made 1,000 million US dollars. In 2025, it has been assumed that $4,700 million. And always it is better to cite or mention where this data has been taken, which helps the audience to understand that it is reliable information. Because so when you mention the source like this data has been taken from Times of India or Statistica or some reports provided by government organization, which helps you people to show that this is a reliable data. And always go with gorgeous illustrations which is already available in the online, which is most of them are free of cost. Only thing is you have to spend little time on that. And for photos, you can go with Unsplash or Pixel, where they have beautiful photos, which I have taken the photo for a problem statement. Drawings, you can use Undraw or Open Pips. I have used Undraw for taking icons. And followed by that icons, we can use flat icons. Generally, I use flat icons for taking few small icons which were used in for my academical work on the pitches. And some non-project is a platform where they also provide icons for free of cost. And always avoid using videos in your pitch deck because it is not going to make sense. Sometimes there will be a issue in your audio which is going to come out, or sometimes the quality may not be sufficient, and using graphics or animations in your pitch deck is highly not recommended. And also don't use URLs because people will come and click the link which is provided there. There is no use. So avoid using this. For academical purpose, we use transitions is really good. Animations is really good. When it comes to the pitch deck, always avoid the use of videos and graphics. And never use a footer. Always keep your footer very clean because it is going to consume a lot of space. More the white space, it's very clear about what you're going to show. If I'm having some kind of footer, you'll be having a very less space to put your information in the slides. And try to optimize your deck. Once it has been done, you can rework, rephrase every time. You can cut through and you can add. If you feel like this information has to be removed and it has to be summarized a little bit, try to optimize it. So always try to test every slide which you're putting into one pitch deck, which is going to present against your investors' expectations, right? And if you're going to be in early stage startups, right, what are the things they will expect from you? So what are the basic things which you have to put it is very important. And if you wanted to make sure like whether my pitch deck is really good or whether I have to need to add few things, just pitch your presentation to your mom. Ask the fellow students to present their presentation to their mom. If their mom or your mom is going to understand each and every slide which have been put, then it's really fine that the first level of validation is being done. Because most of the time, mother or working woman sometimes may not have a clarity on what you are going to do it, how your product works, because they may not have any kind of an idea. But if they're able to understand that you cross the stage one, then you can pitch your idea to the people who have been more experienced. But keep it in mind, never ever pitch your idea to random people. You're going to make a big mistake there, because there are people who already runs a startup, may take something from you and they can develop just like that. As a startup, we will be struggling a lot. So always choose the right mentor and pitch in front of them, and they may provide good suggestions to be incorporated before getting into a pitching session in front of your investor. So once you started to raise your fund, or once you started to pitch your pitch deck in front of your virtual venture capitalists or any angel investors, right? You can always start iterate your pitch deck, because the pitch deck keeps on changing. Because sometimes right now your traction might be less, the next month it might be increasing. Sometimes your revenue might be less, the next month it may boost up to 10 times. So your pitch deck will be keep on changing. So it is always good to iterate. But when you iterate, never use the same version to work on it. Always go with the versions. Say for an example, version 1 on this date, I have done it. Next time you just copy paste it again and change it to version 2, then use the pitch deck. Because sometimes we may miss some kind of important information which might be deleted accidentally. So it is always good to have some kind of versions on the file as a pitch deck, right? And I don't know how you people is going to take it. A great deck doesn't make a great startup, right? Even though I have a very beautiful presentation, I'm spending more money on these pitch deck, doesn't make your startup to go very big, right? I can give you an example. I don't know how you people are going to take it. Even though you can put a lipstick on a pig, right? It's still a pig. So always better, instead of doing some kind of a beautiful stuff on the pitch deck, real value is important. So the main core concept is you cannot make any funny things like adding more colorful things and other stuff. The real value and the revenue will help you people to work towards the rising of fund in your for your startup, right? And to get, but still, if you wanted to create a great startup, great pitch deck is important, and startup building is important than the pitch deck. So we have to focus more on the startup, because startup is something like our child. So we have to be very careful on growing the startup till it's sustained in the in its life, right? Or the entire market life. So it is very, very important to build a great startup. And second thing is about the great pitch deck. So that's it from my side. So this is my number, and you can also save a copy of, take a screenshot of this, and I'll be always available in the LinkedIn. So if you're always, I'm always open to work with you people. I wanted to try to build a better ecosystem with among our faculty member community. So you can always stay connected with me. So that's it from my side. Over to you, sir. If you have any queries, please feel free. Just open your, turn on your mic. You can, yeah, you can open your mic and you can ask your queries. If not, you can drop a message in your chat box.
Yes, audience can raise. You can interact with the speaker. If you have any inquiry, you can interact. Most of them, while his presentation themselves, they put some questions in the chat box also. I think if you have any question, you can interact with the speaker. Moral of the story. Okay. Regarding the one question I read, might be regarding the copyright. Someone is asking, sir, while taking at the time of you are telling about the Canva. Vivek sir, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just looking off.
Yeah. At the time I was. At the time I read one question. Then, is there any question you can directly interact with the speaker?
I think one person has dropped on information like, yeah, I copy pictures, but the images which I have used is for free of cost. There are pictures which
then it
charges higher, like in Adobe. The websites which I have mentioned you, like Pixels, Pixabay, or the platforms where they provide free pictures. So I too may very much aware about using those things. Ramnath sir, I hope I have answered your question.
Okay.
Okay. So the next question.
Yes, sir.
Sir, any other questions which I have missed it? Okay. Okay.
Actually, it was a nice presentation. We came to the end of this session. Before going to something, funding agents for startup.
Sir, I have got two. Yeah. Shama has dropped information. How many pages is ideal for a startup? See, people, for your surprise, I think I've got around the pitch deck which I have shown to you, right? Has closely like 97 pages. 91 slides. So total slide is for this event is about 91 slides. There are times where people will always used to ask you people to stick for 10 or 15 slides. It is always better because only certain information has to be put in, and it differs investors to investors. So I hope I have answered your question. And funding agents for startups, yeah, there are different funding agents like Nidhi Praya scheme, which provides you fund of 10 lakhs for developing your prototype. But only thing is you have to stick with your college's TBI, Technology Business Incubators, and there are a lot of funding, Series A funding, Series B funding, where people will give you private funding up to 2 lakhs, angel investors. So funding is not a big problem here. Okay. For diagrams, it is better. For pitch deck, we will not use any diagrams. We just copy paste the work what you have done it. Say for example, it is going to be an application like software, mobile, or web application. For web application, you can use the website directly. Take a screenshot and show them what it has been doing. If it is going to be a mobile phone, again take a screenshot and paste it in the slides. So that would be better. We don't use any kind of a special software to use it. I use only the presentation Office only, Office 2021 only.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Angel investors will be a good option. I will say no, because angel investor will come into the picture once you started to get into a revenue. So until you get revenue and have a very good business model, angel investor will not come into the picture. Programs like the Shark Tanks are not like angel investors. They are venture capitalists where they invest a huge money. Like say for example, if you need 50 crores of money, then we will be moving towards the venture capitalists. I hope I have answered the person. Yeah.
Guide
Any
yaar
other
potappa mentor?
Yoga Priya, ma'am, you want to ask something or
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, fine.
okay?
Any other queries?
As our speaker shared his contact, you can directly contact and interact with Professor Vivek for your clarity. It was a nice presentation. Before going to the formal vote of thanks, I feel wholeheartedly thank you, Professor Vivek, for giving a detailed input how we have to prepare the presentation. It has been designed to showcase our business plan, eye-popping matrices, as well as the vision of our company to raise the capital from the investor. It was a nice presentation. Now, for the formal vote of thanks, I would like to call the convener of this FDP program, Dr. Royal Edward Williams, can take over the session. Dr. Royal, sir.
Dr. Nias.
Yes, please proceed, sir.
I take this space to thank our eminent and young dynamic speaker, so-called Vivek Kumar. And he has come out with a good roadmap how to execute and how to come up with the startup and how to build a team split, right? Funding slide, how to round it off. And he has also defined your graphical identity with action title, problem, solution, team, and funding, so on, right? In that way, he has given a roadmap of his presentation in a nutshell and in a meticulous manner. It indicates that how the receiver point of view, how the people, how the audience are being raising their queries pertaining to your presentation. And I'm very happy that you have enlightened with your expertise in this virtual platform, sir. So on behalf of both here in ICC College and on behalf of the participant who is there in this virtual meet, virtual platform. So we are wholeheartedly thank you for your for sharing your expertise in our midst. Thank you, and we are very grateful to have young and dynamic speaker like you, Mr. Vivek Kumar sir, and we are highly enriched with your expertise in this junction. So once again, I thank you for your meticulous way of placing all your presentation in a good manner, where your map has ended with a success rate. Thank you for your availability in today's event. Thank you. I must also thank our organizing committee members and IAC officer Dr. Nias and the member of IAC and intellectual property right Dr. Collins, Martin Vitodas Prabhu and Sheila and so on. And at this point, I must thank all the participants who are sparing their time to enrich their knowledge and with our expertise, Mr. Vivek Kumar. Once again, I thank you for your meticulous way of presentation. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being with us this evening. Have a nice day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. And thanks, Nia, sir, for connecting with me. And thanks for the opportunity. And I thank all the participants who have been sitting here and watching my sessions, right? Even though you have a busy schedule and wanted to learn in a way. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Vivek, it was a nice presentation. As our convener, Dr. Royal sir, pointed out correctly. Thanks for your availability for enlightening us with your.
Have a nice day. Thank you once again.
Yeah. Thank you all. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Dear participant.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for your availability. Tomorrow we will meet exact at 6. Tomorrow we will meet.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you all of you. God bless. Thank you. No, there is no feedback link. On the day 5, I would like to collect the feedback for all the 5 speakers. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you,
sir.
Thank you, all of you.